Hi, this is Matt with Hackberry Tea, and today I want to talk to you a little bit about how tea came to America. And so to do that, we're going to start with kind of where it came from, the history of it, and then the progression that ended up becoming what is American tea and the teas that we drink and that are most popular here in this country. I think most people kind of think tea came from Great Britain like 300-400 years ago, which just isn't the truth. Tea came way before that. I think the earliest records we have of tea is somewhere in the neighborhood of 2700, 2800 BC. So we're talking 5,000 years ago. That's right. Tea started nearly 5,000 years ago in Asia. And back then, it was really mostly what we consider green tea today. So it was still the Camellia sinensis plant back then, processed like green tea, which, like I said, we'll talk about the processing later, but processed like green tea, and it was used kind of all over Asia. So back in that time, back in the 2700 BC time frame, it was used mostly as a ceremonial drink. And then over time, it actually started to become something that was traded. As tea started becoming a traded commodity throughout Asia, it really expanded quickly. It became a drink that everyone wanted to get their hands on, and various Asian cultures decided they wanted to expand outside of Asia and move it to Europe. As tea became more and more popular in Europe, it started to be taxed quite heavily. And so it ended up becoming this upper class drink, really a drink for the elite. So as America became more and more of a landing point with tea and was being imported, it followed that same trend and had crazy high tax rate. And so you had this upper class drink for the American elite, and the taxation on it just became higher and higher and higher, to a point I think it peaked at about 119% import tax. Americans didn't like that, decided we can live without tea, ended up kicking it off of a boat in Boston, you may have heard of that, and then decided to transition away from the tea drink altogether. That's really when coffee became a popular drink here in America. Fast forward 150 years or so, and American tea had a rebirth. So in 1904, at the World Trade Fair in St. Louis, a couple of guys were trying to sell hot tea and were failing miserably. And they really got frustrated. And one of the brothers ended up grabbing a glass of ice and throwing the tea over it just to cool it off, took a sip, and voila, iced tea was born. Iced tea is really how the cup of tea has broken into the US market. And we all know that, right? Like every restaurant you go to has iced tea on the menu. Very few have hot tea. Iced tea is, I think, somewhere in the neighborhood of 80% of all tea. I've actually read it's as high as 95% of all tea that's drank in the US is iced. My favorite kind of tea is iced tea. It's just crazy popular here. What we've seen is a very ceremonial drink in Asia move its way over the course of 5,000 years to become what we drink almost every day as iced tea. And at Hackberry Tea, we have a lot of different teas that can be drank hot or iced. And as you look at that, you look at different categories of teas from different countries. And that's a little bit of what I want to kind of close with today, is looking at the different countries of origin and where their main areas of tea are. Because I think there's a misnomer that all tea is just kind of made in America. It's actually made all over the world, and then we blend it here in America for the drinks that we drink most commonly. Like I've said, there's green tea really are most popular out of China. There's some black teas that tend to come from India. Another kind of tea would be rooibos teas, which come generally from South Africa. Most of our fruit and herbals are actually grown either in the United States at large or in somewhere within the Americas. And so you can see teas come from all over the world and then end up being blended here in America for us to drink, mostly as iced tea, although some of the hot teas are phenomenal. Thank you for watching this video. We're just starting to record these videos on our Hackberry Tea channel, so please like, subscribe, forward this to your friends so we can get more subscribers. Go ahead and hit the notifications button so that you can be notified as we're trying to release a video every couple of weeks. Thanks a lot.